Hello and welcome to the Lincoln High School Bronc Broadcast. I'm Katie Mitchell.
And I'm Zayla Groff. Today we have auto tips for the cold weather, a game show, and an exclusive look at the art department here at Lincoln High School. But first we have Alina Helwich with the week at a glance.
I'm going to introduce you now to all the important events for this week. This week, students are required to take finals from Monday to Wednesday. The final schedules get sent out over email. Every student should be done with most of their finals by now. Good luck with the rest of them, and I hope you all did great. Today, there's going to be a This Quick Christmas party at the Cottonwood Coffee House at 7 p.m. You all are welcome to come. Students are also going to start Christmas break tomorrow. Make sure to be back at school by January 4th so we can start a new and good semester. Forensics are starting as soon as we come back, so please listen to the announcements when they are going to be held. We wish you a good break. Enjoy your time and your holidays.
Thank you, Alina. I'm glad this is our final day of school because it's getting very cold here in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Be ready to bundle up and stay warm because next up we have Javian with the local weather.
I'm here with the Lincoln USD 215 weather, and today we have a high of 44 and a low of -9, mostly cloudy and not as cold. Tomorrow we expect a high of 1 with a low of -8, winds subsiding and frigid. You'll see a cold all the rest of the week, and on the 25th we're expecting a high of 51 and a low of 26, so warmer than usual and sadly not a cold winter, or white Christmas. Back to you.
Thank you, Javian. And with the weather getting colder, we have some helpful tips to keep your car in shape. Andre is going to show us all of his great tricks to make sure you're prepared this winter season.
I'm here to talk about basic winter maintenance for your vehicle. One piece of advice is to check your tire pressure often to make sure you have good traction if there is snow or ice. Winter tires are also recommended for your safety and the best traction in the snow. Winter tires allow for more grip and are the safest option for you. It is also a good idea to keep a winter safety kit in your car for emergencies only. The most basic kit should include some gloves, food, and water. A clean windshield is very important in the winter, so always keep your windshield wiper fluid tank full at all times. The windshield wipers are also important, so you might want to switch to some winter windshield wipers to make sure that you can see in bad situations. Those have been my best tips for the best safety possible this winter.
Thank you, Andre. I'll be sure to keep those in mind. Now, Jerry Davidson is here to talk about the Kearney County Wildlife Department's notice about the avian flu.
For today's Community Spotlight, Sheriff Dave Horner asked us to share some information about the bird flu. The lake and sewer ponds appear to be about the largest body of water that the large flock of snow geese seem to be attracted to near Lincoln, which is actually a potential health hazard to Lincoln residents. It seems that this flock, as well as other flocks in southwest Kansas, is suffering from a strain of bird flu. Last week, a couple of obviously sick birds were turned into law enforcement, who immediately turned them over to Kansas Wildlife and Parks personnel. Bird flu was suspected to be the issue, and the birds were sent in for testing. Since then, other sick birds were also reported. Wildlife and Parks informed the sheriff's office that they needed no more specimen birds and recommended that because of the hazards of this strain of bird flu, it is recommended dead or sick birds found in the county should be left alone and let nature take its course. For birds in the city, precautions should be taken to glove and mask up before handling the birds. The dead birds should be double bagged and placed in the trash, and then sanitize anything that encountered infected bird, equipment, boots, etc., if possible with bleach. Wildlife and Parks stated that this flu is very contagious to the geese and should cross over to humans. Wildlife and Parks wants to be notified only if there is a mass die-off on bodies of water, since apparently the virus can survive longer in water.
Thank you, Jara. Our Lincoln High School Art Department has a lot of very active students. We have Art 1 through 4, as well as 3 different levels of ceramic classes. Here's an exclusive look into it with Ava Jones.
The Lincoln High art students have been putting in some awesome effort with their projects this semester, like this great caterpillar sculpture done by Haley Heinitz and this other amazing piece done by Connor Jones. The display case is also filled with some amazing pieces, and some of our own students have even done some great work downtown window painting, so be sure to check that out. Here's what Lincoln's art teacher, Mrs. King, has to say about the semester.
So what do you think some of the best art projects this semester have been?
The ones that I've assigned, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the ones that have turned out the best usually are usually it's not in my ceramics class, but this year it is. Like we did a gnome project and everything, and I've never done the gnome project before, and I got some really bar-setting, beautiful gnomes out of that project. And the abstract ceramic project is turning out very, very well. So I'm very excited for what my students have come up with. I'm also getting a lot of really good paintings out of a lot of people. There's a lot of good paintings coming out, and I'm very pleased with the results and some of the skills I'm seeing.
That's a great way to show off our Bronc pride and get into the Christmas spirit. Along with the holidays, it's also basketball season. Now with that, here's Grace, Cadence, and Sammy with the girls' basketball report.
Hello everyone, I'm Grace.
I'm Cadence. I'm Sammy.
And we are your Lake and Lady Bronc reporters.
Today we're going to update you on how their season is going.
The record is 2-2 and the varsity starters are Sammy, Sarah, Tegan, Jarrett, and Brooke.
It's still early in the season, but here are some of the girls' stats and highlights from the Topside Tip-Off tournament in Goodland. Reagan Chavera, off the bench, was the highest scorer in the game against Ray. She had a total of 17 points, and 15 of those points came in the second half with 5 3-pointers, so pop off.
And here's one of Shavira's many threes with an assist from Tegan Bachman.
Near side, Reagan fires from 3, got it.
In a very close game versus Norton, Sammy Vogel scored a total of 14 points.
When the girls played Goodland, the highest field goal percentage was Kinsey Loman Fuller with 66.7%.
On that note, we would like to direct you to Sammy. She's interviewing head coach JC Holloway.
Thanks, Cadence. I'm here with the head coach JC Holloway. So, how do you think the season is going so far?
Well, I think it's been pretty good. We started the season going on the road, not knowing much about Sharon Springs, and came away with a 17-point win. I think we could have won by more, but we did a good job of at least winning by 17, and got a lot of girls into the game and got a lot of playing time. And from there, going to the Goodland tournament, starting off with a win against Norton, and I didn't even tell the girls this, but this is the first time since 2005 or 2006 that Lake and girls have started 2-0 to start the season. That's a pretty long stretch. Played well against returning state champs, defending state champs, Goodland. Tight game. The second half probably wasn't as good as the first half, but we did a lot of really, really good things. Got tired the third game, I think a little bit mentally and physically, and fell to a really good team in Ray, Colorado. So 2-2 to start the season is a decent season so far, and definitely the 2-0 start was key.
What are some of the goals that you have for your team?
There's a lot of goals. I think definitely winning more games than we did last year. We did talk at the beginning of the season that the best record or most wins by a Lakin girls basketball team in the last 15 years was 12. So that was a goal to have more than 12 wins. With that also would come probably a league championship, which I think we have a really good shot at. From there, we're hosting Sub-State, so it would be nice to make a good appearance in our own Sub-State at our gym.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Back to you, Cadence.
Thanks, Sammy. We want to wish you Lady Broncs good luck in the rest of your season.
And make sure to go and support them at their next home game versus Syracuse.
Thank you, girls. Now for a change of scenery, we're going to have some fun with a new game show. Here's Jared Davidson and Reagan Chavira with their own segment called the Bronc Game Show.
Hello, my name is Jared Davidson.
And I'm Reagan Chavira.
For our Bronc game show today, we'll have a slideshow of teachers as baby pictures and toddlers. And our contestants here will guess who's who, and the winner with the most points in the end will get a Bronx Brew coupon.
Our contestants today are Jayton Hash, Sammy Vogel, and Jeremy Oropeza.
For our first teacher today, Jeremy?
Mrs. King.
You're correct. Our next teacher. Jeremy?
Mrs. Medill.
Wrong. Jane
Miss, I forgot. Who was it? Miss Wright.
No, you're wrong. Sammy, do you have a guess?
Miss Manley?
Wrong. It's Miss Hill. Our next teacher. Jeremy?
Mr. Watson.
No, it's not. Jayden?
Miss Medill.
No.
No.
All right.
David, do you want to guess?
Mr. Holloway. Our next teacher. Jeremy?
Mr. Watson.
You're correct. Who's this? Sammy?
Whaler?
Yes, Mr. Lovelady.
It's a girl.
Jeremy?
Mrs. Blockman.
Yes, Miss Bachman. For our final teacher. Jayden?
This one's Miss Medill.
That is Miss Waddell. Okay, so our winner,
Jeremy's our winner, and he gets a Bronx Brew certificate.
Yay, Jeremy.
Good job, Jeremy.
And our final topic of our show today is a look into one of the many clubs here at LHS. This is Jayden Hash and Jeremy Orpeza with Lakin FFA.
Howdy. We're going to talk to you about FFA. FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. This is the 5th year that Lakin High School has had an FFA chapter. They've been traveling all over in our district, competing in some FFA contests. Thanks to Mrs. Wright for being our FFA sponsor. There are also 36 FFA members and 6 of them being 8th graders. Here are some of the bigger contests from Jayden Hash.
They've traveled to Horse Thief Reservoir for land and home site judging. Another big one was held here in Lakin, Kansas at the Lakin Dairy for dairy and milk quality judging. They also traveled to Garden City for horse judging and welding. Another big one was held at OPSU where there was 50 different schools and 20 different competitions. Sarah Wright placed first in entomology. Thanks for listening. Back to Katie and Zayla.
Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please comment and let us know. I'm Zayla.
And I'm Katie. Enjoy your winter break and holiday season.